are now outside Scrape Records. This is Broadway and Kingsway, across from the Kingsgate Mall, and we are walking towards Scrape Records. So zoom in on that sign. It says Scrape Records there. This is a store in Vancouver that specializes in heavy metal bands, heavy metal merch, CDs, whatever you want. So here we go. We're inside Scrape Records. Shelves and shelves of heavy metal, anything you care to name. And say hi, Linda.
Hi.
There you go. Okay.
How much is the cash? 2 cash, 23 debit. Debit. Actually, no, I'll pay cash. My bad.
Scrape Records has a mascot, a little dog. Hi there.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. Have a good one. Later.
Hey JJ, how you doing then?
I do. How do you do?
Good, good. We're gonna set up the interview. Where would you like to do it?
Where, what would you like?
We can have you stand behind the counter. How's that?
Sure.
Okay. All right. Just give us a minute. We'll put the tripod up and.
Hi there. This is Linda Lockwood from VanMetal, and we have JJ here at Scrape Records on Broadway and Kingsway. Pardon me. You're the founder and owner of Scrape Records, founded in November 1997. Can you tell us the idea of founding a store that specializes in heavy metal, now known as Scrape Records, came about?
It was a thought process. I'd been working in different record retailers for a number of years before deciding to open my own. It just seemed to be the last few years of working at other retailers. I was kind of more or less operating my own store within the other stores. It seemed at times, getting my own customer base, ordering the product for the store, receiving the product, pricing it, putting it out, reordering it. So I thought, rather than doing it for somebody else, might as well deal with all the pain and do it myself. And I'm still dealing with the pain.
All right. Well, aside from stocking heavy metal CDs and merchandise, various types of metal from different eras from all over the world, what other services do you or Scrape Records provide?
Other than selling CDs, we sell DVDs, we sell T-shirts, we sell vinyl, we sell magazines, we sell show tickets, we sell local bands merchandise of their CDs, vinyl, shirts. Just helping spread the word of metal, getting new music heard, and trying to keep an independent, viable business operating.
All right. And Scrape Records has hosted many bands for signings and the occasional live performance. In your opinion, who is the most interesting or unusual band or musician that has ever set foot at Scrape Records?
Interesting is hard. We've been very fortunate with a lot of really good bands, a lot of pretty high profile stuff. You look back at having Devin Townsend here a number of times, having Opeth, having Children of Bodom, Cradle of Filth, Cannibal Corpse, Meshuggah, and then even having somebody as huge as Alice Cooper. We've been very, very fortunate and are near 13 and a half, coming up on 14 years. We may have some more signings coming up over the summer. Chances are looking pretty good. In-store performances as well, but it's hard to really nail down one. We've been fortunate with really, really good guys.
All right. And what is the easiest and most difficult aspects of running Scrape Records?
Oh, difficult. Most difficult is the time needed to put in to keep it just maintaining the momentum it has. Working 6 days plus a week for nearly, 13 and a half years takes a lot out of you mentally more than physically. So to try to keep your spirits up and your interest there, a lot of times you do have to pull back a bit just to keep your sanity. And it does help having, a good customer base and loyal supporters that keep you motivated and keep you wanting to do what you do. We're going to be affected now. One sec. Carry on in a moment. Good break point.
Perfect.
Darin's just a bastard.
Got Darin Wall in the store here. Okay.
Break the walls down.
Give us a couple more minutes here.
Huh?
Yeah.
Was Darin a part of the atmosphere?
I guess. I'm actually here to look at DVDs.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Don't mind us.
Okay. And what have you witnessed over the 13 years that you have been in business in terms of the purchasing patterns of metalheads? Would you say that the interest in metal is stronger now than in years before?
Metal has always been consistent. The interest is there. I think we're desperate though for some new bands. There's been, been fortunate having a lot of existing bands carry on and put out some solid material, but it's getting kind of weird lately where there hasn't been that new band, and any sort of new band is generally just a mishmash of other members of other bands forming a new band. So it'd be nice to go, who are these guys? Where are they from? And man, did they kick me in the ass. So we need some of those soon. Doesn't always mean that they're necessarily doing something groundbreaking per se, because again, how far can you go? We like to think you can go further, but it's just, let's get some new bands. We need new bands.
All right. And, as a well-known purveyor of heavy metal in the city, how difficult is it to decide what bands get stocked at Scrape Records and what doesn't?
There's no, this is going to be stocked or not going to be stocked. Things, we like to keep it relative to the store's vibe. It doesn't have to be the heaviest thing or the most melodic thing. It's what is the customer asking for. We don't ever claim to have everything in stock. We don't claim to have every band in stock, but we like to think that we have a good variety, and I like to think that we've also been able to add new bands since moving the store now over 3 years ago. So again, there's always room for improvement, but a lot of it is based on feedback and demand that we get from the customers.
All right. And Scrape Records is also known to carry CDs and merchandise for local bands. How much interest is there for local bands compared to global bands from the typical Scrape customer?
Well, there's this band Entropia. I just don't know about them sometimes. There's this Darin guy. He's a pretty good kid, but they got some new material in the works, and I hear that it kicks large portions of colon from time to time. So it's nice to have them around. It's nice to have, just giving everybody a shot. It's also been rewarding too on just the topic of local bands, getting them involved with some of the shows coming around town, giving them a chance to open for some other bands that they may not have otherwise had opportunities in the past.
What is the strangest or most obscure band that Scrape Records was asked to carry, and how do you deal with out of left field suggestions?
Ooh, you're stumping me. There's never an out of left field, request. Sometimes I think people try maybe a little too hard to be too true. Do you know this crazy Slovakian epic speed Hollywood doom glam grind band that plays in 3/4 time at half speed at 78 RPMs per millisecond? No, I don't. But I don't even know what that is, and I'll never know what that is. I don't want to know what that is. But we try to do what we can, but again, we are human, and again, I always want to stay away from giving people false hope on things that are just impossible. So not about to string people along, because that's not going to get you anywhere.
All right. And what does the future hold for the interest in metal and music in general, say 5 to 10 years from today?
Can never predict. The interest for music will always be there. The interest for owning physical product will always be there. Will there be the labels and distributors around to provide that service? I would only love to know, because then I would know if I need a bigger store, a smaller store, or no store. So your guess is as good as mine. Again, the customers are there. We just need the product for them. It's not a case of no customers, no product. It's more a case of less product for the customers.
Absolutely. And any final thoughts or comments for us?
Stay true. Support your local independent stores of any style, whether it's music, whether it's nuts and bolts, coffee, groceries. Support your indie stores. Support your bands, and then it should all stay afloat.
Great. Well, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
VanMetal, thanks you for your time there, JJ.
I appreciate your support. Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.
Yeah.